Hi there, back again with some more shadow work. This time I'm doing a new series, short and brief, but talking about loving your ugliness, seeing the beauty in the ugly aspects of you. So the first question that obviously comes up is, why would you? Why would you want to love that which is ugly? And that's because you were taught to reject something and perceive it as ugly. What is ugly? Unattractive, unappealing, and perhaps for that reason, unlovable. So I, for example, think that Marmite is ugly to taste, but millions of people all across the world think Marmite is delicious and it's their choice every day for breakfast. So ugly is both something that you're taught through conditioning, as well as something that comes instinctively to you, like the Marmite example where I think it's ugly but someone else may think it's delicious. But ugliness within yourself is usually resonating with certain qualities or aspects of yourself that you possess that you've been told is unappealing, unattractive, and unlovable for that reason. Now, to consider something ugly, it means that you innately reject it, because when you find something to be unappealing, unattractive, and unlovable, your response will be from a place of repulsion, and that will lead to rejection. When it comes to aspects of yourself, whether it's your body, your skin, the color of your skin, the texture of your skin, the tone of your skin, the pimples or the lack thereof on your face, whatever it is about you, your weight, your height, your shape, anything about you physically can be considered ugly, meaning you've been told that you being the way you are is unappealing and unattractive and therefore unlovable. So then you can reject your body because you think your body is ugly. But when you learn to see the beauty in the ugly aspects of you, in this example, your body, you'll start to see the beauty in the color of your skin, the shape of your nose, the height you have, the weight you have, the shape of your body that you have, whatever it is, you'll start to see the beauty in those things. And when you see the beauty in your ugly, you'll take care of those ugly parts of you differently. You'll treat those ugly parts of you differently, and you will tolerate different treatment from others as it pertains to those parts of yourself. Because sometimes we tolerate mistreatment from other people because we think we're ugly and we think we're undeserving of respect, courtesy, politeness, and just general good treatment as a human being. Going deeper, this also extends to qualities about yourself. So aspects of your character that you've been taught are unappealing, unattractive, and therefore make you unlovable. So that can be how quiet you are, or how talkative you are, or how smart you are. People think you're a smart ass. Or how dumb you are. People think you're an idiot, because they don't know how to see your intelligence where it lies. And so because it doesn't lie in one aspect, they just write you off as being stupid. Or it can be qualities expressed through your actions, so things you've done or haven't done that people can think are ugly about you. So when it comes to then accepting your ugliness and loving your ugliness in truth, you first need to become conscious of what aspects of yourself do you perceive, or what aspect of yourself do you perceive to be ugly, and why? Who told you that that's ugly? Who told you that the color of your skin is ugly? Who told you that your weight makes you ugly? Who told you that your height is ugly? And be honest with yourself, because it can be your family, your ex, your so-called friends, society, or just yourself, from what you've observed of life and how you've assessed yourself. So be aware of where this came from within you. When did you start to think that you're ugly? Why did you start to think that you're ugly? And then become conscious of how do you then relate to this aspect of yourself, because you believe that this aspect of yourself is ugly. So if you think that your skin color is ugly, for example, how do you then relate to your skin color because you believe that it's ugly? How do you treat yourself based on that basis? How do you think other people perceive you based on your own perception of that aspect of yourself? And when you're going inward, you can do that about certain qualities. So, for example, you may be quiet and people think that that's ugly because they want you to be extroverted and loud, or talkative. You may be talkative and people think that's ugly. They want you to shut up because they don't like you because you talk. You may be angry, like just a pissed off person, and people think that's ugly because they think you need to be cheerful all the time. You may be cheerful all the time and people think that's ugly because they don't want you to be cheerful all the time. So whatever quality it is, look at it that you believe to be ugly about yourself. So not something that society thinks is ugly about you, but something that you believe is ugly about yourself. Then take the time to understand why. When did you first start to experience this as ugly? Who told you that this is ugly, and why did you agree with them? Because sometimes you agree with people just to fit in. It's not actually because you truly believe that that's ugly. It's that in that environment, if you don't acquiesce to that belief, you'll be rejected by the environment. And so it's easier to accept what they're saying, reject yourself so that the environment can accept you. But when you're doing this kind of shadow work, you want to look at you. Why did you acquiesce to that? What in you caused you to come into agreement with the fact that this quality about you is ugly? Then, once you've done that, you need to then start to see the beauty in the things about you that you believe to be ugly. So if you believe that you being quiet is ugly because you are supposed to be extroverted all the time, start to see the beauty in you being quiet. You may be a listener, you may be an observer, and that's beautiful because you need to be quiet to do those things. Or you may be talkative and you may have been told that that's ugly. See the beauty in that. You love to connect through your speech. You like to connect with people from your voice and from your heart. The things you say are truthful or meaningful. Start to see the beauty in that aspect of yourself that you have believed to be ugly. And as you see the beauty in your ugly, you'll begin to love your ugly more, accept your ugly more. And that is in essence shadow work. It's looking at your unconscious, really facing it for what it is, and then integrating it into whole parts of you by shifting the way that you perceive it. So if you perceive your quietness to be ugly, you'll probably be mute for the rest of your life, and you will kind of regress into like a repression of yourself. Whereas if you see the beauty in your quietness begins to express something about yourself that is so beautiful and magnificent that you become the loudest person in the room even though you're quiet. So that's the power of shadow work. You get to integrate parts of yourself and they get to work more for you in your actual life. But it is a form of inner work that needs you to look at your subconscious and to really be honest about your subconscious beliefs and to integrate them into your conscious beliefs and make that a part of your light.